stop. A single biblical movement hidden in plain sight can restore fluidity to your joints and years of energy to your life. Today, you activate it with Psalm 103.5. For centuries it stood before us, but we replaced it with chairs, comfort, and haste. When you bring it back, your body remembers how to move without pain, how to hold itself without fear, and how to rise with dignity. Psalm 103.5 declares that God satisfies your mouth with good so that you are renewed like the eagle. Today we connect that promise with a concrete, simple, and powerful gesture for your day-to-day life. You'll see why this movement is a youth code, how to practice it step by step, what the invisible mistakes are, and how to measure your progress. Stay, because there's a key most people overlook that unlocks real mobility. If you value clear and practical biblical teaching, subscribe and write in the comments, "I activate my strength in God." Imagine a child. They squat, hold, and rise effortlessly. That gesture reveals the body's original design: firm feet, a long back, calm breathing. Where that pattern is practiced, mobility is preserved. Where it is forgotten, stiffness and dependency appear. Proverbs 4:22 affirms that words of wisdom are life to those who find them and medicine to their whole body. Today, we turn a principle into practice, reminding the body how to go down, hold, and rise with calm, technique, and purpose. Before we continue, prepare a safe place, a wall, a door frame, or a firm backrest. Breathe serenely. Isaiah 40:31 declares that those who wait on God shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That truth shows up when you learn to go down and rise in order. Later, I'll show you the key correction that almost no one executes well. If this serves you, subscribe and comment. I activate my strength in God. The movement we're talking about has a practical name: controlled deep squat. You don't need a gym, only your body and attention. To descend, place your feet parallel at shoulder width, heels on the floor, and knees following the direction of the feet. Lengthen the spine and look forward. At the bottom position, breathe with the diaphragm and release the shoulders. To rise, press the floor evenly and engage the abdomen without tensing the neck. This pattern activates legs and hips, unlocks the ankles, stimulates circulation, improves coordination, and gives you back autonomy for basic gestures. Many problems appear when we stop going down to the floor and delegate simple gestures to chairs or to our hands. The typical mistake is bending the back instead of hinging at hips and knees. Then we force the neck to get up. The correction is simple: hips back and down, chest open, and press the floor with your feet. That way you protect the back and return the work to the legs. Psalm 18:32 says, "God is the one who girds me with strength and makes my way perfect." Correct technique is power with direction. Breathing sustains the posture. On the way down, inhale through the nose and expand the abdomen. At the bottom, exhale long to release hip tension. On the way up, take a brief inhalation to stabilize and exhale at the end to close the movement with control. This rhythm calms the mind and reduces perceived effort. In a moment, I'll show you the adjustment that frees your knees and lets you hold the bottom position without pain. The key that almost no one sees is in the foot. It's the anchor. Simultaneously activate the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe, and the heel. That triangle awakens the arch, aligns the knee, opens the hip, and frees the spine. It's a small detail with a giant impact. To advance safely, we follow a progression in 7 levels. First, sit down and stand up from a low chair without using your hands. Next, repeat the same thing, adding a long exhalation as you stand. Then practice a half descent holding for 5 breaths. The next step is a supported bottom position with assistance from a frame or backrest, keeping your heels on the floor. Later, hold a free bottom position for 10 to 20 seconds with the spine upright. Continue with 5 slow, controlled repetitions. Finally, perform 2 or 3 daily cycles of 1 minute in the bottom position, pain-free and with the foot anchor active. Proverbs 24:5 sums it up well. A wise man is strong. In a moment, I'll share the 7-minute routine. First, It's worth avoiding the mistakes that most slow progress. Let me tell you something inspiring. Marta, 58 years old, said, "I'm afraid to squat down." In the first week, she held a supported bottom position for 10 seconds. In the third week, she stood up without hands. She said it simply, "I got my confidence back. For better results, mind these points. If the heels lift, reduce the range and work ankle mobility with support. If the knees cave inward, activate the foot triangle and think about opening slightly. If the back rounds, look forward, open the chest and lengthen the crown of the head. If you block your breathing, keep a slow nasal rhythm while you're in the bottom position. If sharp pain appears, stop, reduce depth, use support and consult if needed." Ecclesiastes 7:12 reminds us that wisdom is protection. Let me read you in the comments. I activate Psalm 103:5 in my day. I will reply with adjustments. Now, a clear 7-minute guide. From minute 0 to 1, warm up ankles and hips with 10 circles per side. From 1 to 2, use a low chair for 6 repetitions, exhaling as you stand up. From 2 to 3, do a half descent with support, 3 repetitions of 20 seconds breathing through the nose. From 3 to 4, hold a supported bottom position with heels on the floor, 2 sets of 30 seconds with the anchor active. From 4 to 5, move to a free bottom position, 2 sets of 20 seconds with an upright back. From 5 to 6, complete 5 slow ascents with control. From 6 to 7, finish with 5 deep breaths sitting on the floor and stand up slowly. The symbol of the eagle speaks of renewing, rising, and seeing farther. To know if you're progressing, watch these signs. In the first week, achieve a supported bottom position without pain. In the second, hold a free bottom position for 15 to 20 seconds. In the third, stand up from a low chair without hands while controlling your breathing. In the fourth, complete 3 cycles of 30 seconds in the bottom position with calm. Write down date, time, and sensation. Celebrating every centimeter helps. It's wise to integrate it into daily life. When you pick something up, use a controlled squat. While you wait for a call, hold 20 seconds in the bottom position, breathing through the nose. When watching TV or reading, alternate between the floor and the supported bottom position. In household tasks, every move can be a conscious descent and ascent. That drip of movement trains the day with small reminders of strength. The bottom position can be uncomfortable, and that is not a failure. It's learning. Keep a serene gaze, release the jaw, and count breaths. Proverbs 24:10 teaches that if you are weak on the day of work, your strength will be reduced. 10 more seconds today become freedom tomorrow. Advance with safety and common sense. If there is sharp pain, stop. Reduce range, use support, and consult if needed. This content is educational and does not replace an individual evaluation. Wise progress avoids stabbing pain, abruptness, and any comparison. According to your stage of life, focus this way. If you're over 50, prioritize the supported bottom position and breathing. The goal is to stand up from the floor calmly. If you're just starting, 3 or 4 minutes daily consistently, beat an occasional long session. If you're already intermediate, add a 5 to 10 second isometric pause halfway down. If you're advanced, practice 5 very slow repetitions with the knee tracking the line of the foot. Shortly, I'll give you the 21-day plan with visual anchors. Every time you stand up without hands, your brain learns, yes, I can. That message carries over to climbing stairs, walking with purpose, and enjoying more moments with your family. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait on God, be strong, and let your heart take courage." Questions arise, and it's worth answering them directly. If there's mild knee discomfort, use a reduced range, the foot anchor, and support. If it hurts, stop. If the heels lift, reduce depth and work ankle mobility with a stable support. If you get lightheaded, take a break, breathe while seated, and resume when you feel steady. As for ideal timing, 2 or 3 microsessions a day work very well. And yes, this helps the back if you keep the spine long and avoid forcing. Let's try a brief reward to feel the change right now. Stand with feet parallel, inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Go down to a half range and hold for 3 breaths. Move to a supported bottom position and take 3 more breaths. Rise by pressing the floor, take a short inhalation, and exhale long. Notice the relief. Imagine an eagle that descends to renew its strength and rises again with clearer vision. Psalm 103:5 uses that image. Renewal is not denying the passage of time. It is regaining the capacity to rise. Go down and rise again and again, with a little more clarity in each cycle. For those starting from 0, I suggest a simple first week. From day 1 to 3, use the low chair for 6 repetitions, add 2 supported bottom positions of 20 seconds, and breathe through the nose. From day 4 to 7, add a half descent 3 times for 15 seconds with support, and the foot anchor active. The goal of the week is to stand from the chair with a slow exhalation, without hands, at least twice. If you're over 50 and fear falling, start firmly. From day 1 to 3, use a stable frame and hold a supported bottom position 3 times for 15 seconds with long exhalations. From day 4 to 7, add 3 slow ascents with support. The goal is to be able to stop and rise again calmly, without hurry and without fear. For intermediates who feel stuck, the way out is often in the foot. Dedicate a full week to perfecting the anchor. Train the bottom position for 20 seconds, 3 repetitions, focusing on the foot triangle and the knee aligned. You'll see how progress returns. It's also useful to keep a short checklist you can repeat mentally. Foot with triangle active, knee tracking the line of the foot, hips back and down, spine long and serene, nasal breathing with a long exhalation at the bottom. Ascent by pressing the floor with a firm abdomen. When the body tells its story, hurry often betrays it. If you notice jaw tension, relax tongue and teeth and drop the shoulders. If you forget the foot, return to the triangle. Without an active foot, there's no stable bottom position. To walk more securely, apply small actions. Before heading out, do 2 short descents. On the street, think about pressing the ground with the foot. When climbing stairs, press the step with the whole sole, not just the tip. Stability appears quickly. Integrate the movement into your daily tasks. In the kitchen, while the water boils, hold a supported bottom position for 20 seconds. When washing your hands, practice a half descent counting to 10. When watching television, perform a descent and an ascent at each break. Small repetitions create new connections in your nervous system. I can also expand a few helpful answers. If you have overweight, yes, you can do it with support, a smaller range, and pauses. The goal is control, not appearance. If you have prosthetics, consult first. With professional permission, work higher with support and breathe. If you're unsure about footwear, start barefoot or with stable shoes, avoiding unstable soles at the beginning. And if you already train, this pattern improves everything else because it educates hips, feet, and breathing. We'll close with a brief practice to consolidate sensations. Stand up, inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Descend smoothly, hold 3 breaths and feel the foot triangle. Rise by pressing the floor. Repeat once. Recording what you feel reinforces consistency. Before we say goodbye, I'm left with a clear idea. You're not seeking perfection. You're seeking control, calm, and progress. The movement was there, waiting for you. Today you saw it, you understood it, and you practiced it. Now your body has a clear instruction. Make a public commitment. I activate my strength in God. I go back to going down and rising. Subscribe and turn on the bell for more content where we connect biblical truths with simple actions. Share this video with someone you love. That gesture can restore mobility and encouragement. To maintain the habit, do 2 mini cycles today. Repeat tomorrow. In a week, share your seconds in the bottom position. In a month, celebrate how you stand up from the floor with calm. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that there is renewal for those who wait on God, and when the day is packed, use a 30-second reset, a half descent for 20 seconds while breathing, a supported bottom position for 10 seconds, and rise slowly. Better little and real than much and never. To finish, 3 lines that complement each other. Proverbs 17:22, a cheerful heart is good medicine. Psalm 18:36, you broadened my steps under me, and my feet have not slipped. Psalm 103:5, to be renewed like the eagle. Stable base, lively courage, real renewal. Thank you for being here. You are capable.